Have you ever felt like you had just a million things to do and it's just so much that you get overwhelmed, and then you turn on Netflix and ignore the fact that you have so much to do, and then you feel even worse because you're not doing anything? Yeah. So if you guys don't know, I am now self-employed full-time, and with that, it's just a lot to do. From branding, website, getting clients, payments, editing, there's so much going on that I'm feeling very overwhelmed. The studio is also something on my to-do list. It's a little lackluster right now, but you know, one step at a time. Also need to work on that intro. Like I said, there's just so much going on. It's overwhelming. I'm also working on a wedding film and I'm pretty excited. Here's a little promo for that.
Been broken, beaten down, tasted dirt as I hit the ground. You were there through it all.
Okay, I don't want to have the whole thing showed yet. It's still a work in progress. I haven't finished color grading it, but I'm just pretty excited about it. Also, if you or someone you know is looking for a wedding videographer, I am available. The link to my packages and pricing and all that information is in the description. What I like to do is write things down. This really helps keep me organized and shows me everything that I have to do, and then there's nothing left unknown or abstract. So lists really help me, but one of the big mistakes I started making early on was I would write down it based on project, and that could be huge. So for example, I recently had to do a movie. I had to do a feature-length film, and I wrote it on my task list as edit movie, which is just so big and so hard to chip away at. So what you need to do is break it down into something manageable, because if you just have a giant thing that sits on your list for eternity, it gets stale, it gets old. Your to-do list should be an ever-living, breathing thing that keeps growing and keeps shrinking, hopefully. If it gets stale, our natural instinct is to stop paying attention to it. If you see the same old things on your to-do list constantly, you stop caring about it, and it really defeats the purpose of having a to-do list. So keep them small and knock them off your to-do list. So for example, with the movie that I had to do, I had to break it down by scenes. Scenes are something I could do a few in a day, a couple hours. I would just take it off, and it feels so much more satisfying to knock a few things off your list than to do a month's worth of work and then knock down one. And then you have all the others on your list, and it's just going to feel even more overwhelming because it takes so long to do one item. So break it down into things you can do in just a few hours or under a day. The second thing you should do to not feel overwhelmed is prioritize your tasks. Know when they're due. Some things have hard deadlines. Start with those, starting with the most upcoming deadline. Get that knocked out. And then we often have things that don't really have a hard deadline, especially if you're self-employed. There's a lot of just tasks you need to do that could be really done at any time, so you have to set your own deadlines. Think about how long it will take you and account for everything else you have to do, and then put that deadline on the calendar and prioritize based on those deadlines. Don't overestimate yourself and do not underestimate yourself. If you put too much on your to-do list, then you're just always gonna feel behind, and then you're gonna feel overwhelmed again. If you don't put enough on your to-do list, then you're gonna finish one or two things and still have all this time left in your day, but you finished your to-do list for the day, and then you're gonna relax and not do anything. So making sure you find that balance for yourself. So if you know what your priorities are and you have your deadlines set, then start with the easy tasks. Knock those things out so you feel motivated and energized. On the flip side though, perhaps you may wanna work with the harder stuff first, so you know everything's just gonna get easier as you go on through your day. Either strategy works, you just have to find which one works for you. For me, I like to start with the easy tasks. That way they're knocked off, I'm making progress, and I get fired up. The third thing to stop feeling overwhelmed is to take care of yourself. I know for me personally, I get so zoned into my work that I will skip meals. I will stay up late or get up early. I won't get enough sleep. I won't feed myself enough. Take the time to take care of your basic human needs. It sounds like something that should go without saying, but if you're anything like me, those things can get lost when you're focused on working and trying to get all those tasks done. You'll feel so much more overwhelmed if you're tired and hungry and trying to get all this done at the same time. So take care of yourself, rest, relax, schedule in relaxation time. I guarantee you'll be much happier. That's all I have. Peace.